Hello there, hello there, hello there, hello there. Welcome to I Can't Even News. I am your host, TL Hirsch, bringing you all of the latest happenings that are definitely made up. In American news, anarchy reigns as dangerous far-right authoritarians, pictured here, descend upon the Capitol to protest the government. We go live now via audio feed to our reporter Lisa, who is at the scene. Lisa?
Oh, we can't touch it, Dad. It's behind a velvet robe. A velvet robe.
Thank you, Lisa. Please don't call me Dad on air. At the same event, bombs were placed at both the DNC and RNC headquarters. The individual responsible for these acts, pictured here, released a manifesto stating their intentions on social media. We'll listen to that audio now.
Don't be afraid. I bring you love.
The individual in question was immediately banned from all social media for inciting violence, and a warrant is out for his arrest. Shortly after this event, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi was spotted at a local poultry farm where witnesses claim she was shouting at livestock. Those same witnesses indicate that she was shouting that Donald Trump should hand over the codes to America's nuclear arsenal to her for the safety, security, and good of the nation. We approached the poultry in question to ask them what they thought she meant by those statements. This was their response. Our translators are working around the clock to decipher the meaning of this seemingly cryptic response. As the inauguration of Democrat candidate President-elect Joe Biden nears, 30,000 members of America's right-wing death squads have been deployed to defend the Capitol. This move was praised by anarcho-communist group Defund the Police, who issued a statement saying, "This is necessary to ensure the protection of the most holy governmental buildings in the Capitol and to defend the sacred institution of democracy. This action will ensure the sanctity of the state against far-right authoritarian fascist protesters." In other Biden-related news, Joe Biden's son Hunter Biden has been subject of ongoing fake news and disinformation for which there is absolutely no proof, pictured here, claiming that he smokes large amounts of crack. We reached out to popular fact-checking website Snopes for further information on the topic.
Well, we here at Snopes actually have several contributors who smoke crack on a regular basis. When we asked them for information concerning Hunter Biden's consumption of crack, they actually confirmed to us from first-hand experience that the amount of crack that Hunter Biden smokes is in fact quite typical of the average amount that you would expect a crack smoker to have. That is to say that the amount of crack that Hunter Biden smokes could not be considered large. As such, the claim that Hunter Biden smokes large amounts of crack is completely false.
In UK news, the country is still in the grip of COVID-19, the most dangerous disease to have ever struck the face of the planet, which to date has killed over 6 billion people worldwide. To protect the nation and its populace and ensure that nobody dies, ever again, the government has issued a series of lockdown warnings to curb the spread of the virus. The lockdown guidelines indicate that people may now only go outside to work, exercise, or buy food, or visit mistresses, prostitutes, and attend private parties if you are a member of parliament. Restaurants may still operate and serve alcohol, but only if the alcoholic beverage comes alongside a substantial meal. In Manchester, a man was arrested for eating a Cornish pasty. A Cornish pasty by itself on a plate, of course, having been deemed by the government to not be a substantial meal, and as such is a high risk for transmitting COVID-19. The legislation on this topic is quite clear. A Cornish pasty served on a plate with chips is considered a substantial meal, and as such carries absolutely no risk of spreading COVID-19. Parliament has, of course, also recently launched a probing investigation seeking information from doctors around the world to ascertain the COVID risk of 2 pasties served on a plate. The investigation is still ongoing. In related news, Scotch eggs, that is a hard-boiled egg surrounded by sausage meat and covered in breadcrumbs, has caused equal amounts of controversy, with some claiming that this is a snack food and not a substantial meal, and yet others claiming that a Scotch egg is a substantial meal. Fortunately, Health Secretary Matt Hancock has provided information on this topic, stating, quote, "A Scotch egg that is served as a substantial meal is a substantial meal," end quote. In response to this announcement, the trans lobby has been inundated with claims made by crisps, biscuits, chocolates, and cakes, claiming that they too identify as substantial meals and not snack foods. Dietitians and nutritionists throughout the UK have all been arrested for transphobia for denying this identity. In other news, the English have agreed to fund the basic hygiene of a third world country whose Anglophobic socialist government continues to deride, decry, attack, and otherwise mock the English government while providing absolutely nothing in return for the goods and services that they are provided, pictured here. The bold move will see deep-fried tampons delivered for free to every single house in Scotland at the expense of the English taxpayer. This year there will be yet another vote on Scottish independence from the United Kingdom, in which only Scottish people are allowed to vote, for fear that English, Welsh and Northern Irish voters would bias the outcome. Thank you for joining me for I Can't Even News, the realest fake news you'll ever hear. And remember, if the news ain't teal, it ain't real. Good night.